How's it going, everybody? Doing a gum chewing what I've been playing video today. That's what I've been playing so far in March. I may have started the one game before March, or two of them. I don't know. It's some games here, and it's one on Game Pass I'll talk about. First game is Wheel of Fortune Jeopardy. Mostly Jeopardy. Played, I think, one game of Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of fun. Jeopardy's nice, good questions. All, like I said, pickups fib. They've already recycled categories in here, so if you remember the answers, you're gonna get them. I think we played about 4 games of Jeopardy. I'm pretty sure it was one of Wheel of Fortune, but they're both pretty cool, for what they are. You're not going to expect much from them, so. Pretty cool, though, for a nice, fun game. It's fun just sitting back and playing them. We've also been playing this together as well. A little bit of 1 and 2. This is the Trine Ultimate Collection. It's got all 4 of them in it. But mostly a lot of 4 because we got that first when I showed the other pickup of this. The Nightmare Prince. That's a cool game. You use these 3 characters. I think this guy is Pontius. That's Zoya. I can't remember the wizard's name. It's a pretty cool co-op game. I think you can play up to 4 people, maybe. Yeah, 2 to 4. Or by yourself, which I could imagine being a bit of a pain in the ass. Each of the characters have their own abilities, and they gotta do you can do certain stuff. The game's beautiful, all 4 of them. Well, I guess I haven't seen 3 yet, but I would assume it's a lot like the others. They're all gorgeous games. And they are fun to play, for sure. The first 2 we got to get used to a little bit because controls are a little bit different than 4. So, but 4 has been really fun. Like I said, it's cool. 2-player game to play. It's not overly hard, but some of the puzzles are a little it can be a little tough, but nothing crazy, for sure, but it's cool. Third game here is another one that I picked up, not in the recent pickup video, the one before it. Mafia 3. This is a cool game. It's a little bit older now. 2016, I believe this came out. It takes place in New Bordeaux, which is supposed to pretty much be New Orleans, but you use Lincoln Clay. You're back from the war, Vietnam, and I guess you'd done work prior for the local mob, like one of the kind of underling guys of the mob. I forget that guy's name. He's like a father figure to you. I think he took you and stuff. And there's the big Italian mob who kind of, they get pieces from everybody, how it goes. And this game starts off pretty hot. There's a mission, you come back and you do a mission. What gang is it? I think it's the Haitian gang. You take out their leader. A little bit of spoilers here. Who actually wasn't the actual leader. It's this other woman who's the leader. You meet her again a little later on, but you end up, it gets really intense quick. So you do like a huge heist mission with these 2 other guys. Your one friend and another guy. They're all friends, but and everybody's gonna get a bunch of money, and then the guy who took you in is gonna retire. And earlier, the Italian head guys were like, "Listen, you can take over the area," and he's like, "Listen, I can't do that to this guy. he's my father figure, blah, blah, blah. And so you do this big mission, you're sorting through the money in the bar, and a few of the Italian guys, the mobs come in, you don't know it, but they kill your friends, they shoot you in the head, you survive, and you're on a revenge tour with the help of your CIA agent buddy from Vietnam. It's cool though, it takes place in the 60s, so there's a lot of like racial tension there, people just throwing out all types of just, insulting everybody. The blacks, the Italians, the Irish, everybody's just, it's intense. It's kind of cool to play. Because using a different character here from the other mafia. I mean, obviously using two different characters in the other mafias as well, but it adds a completely different dynamic, and it's really good. I mean, the gunplay is good, the voice acting is really good. And the soundtrack's really good. You got a lot of the 60s tunes in there that were popular back then. It's cool though, because like you get betrayed and whatever in the beginning, and all of a sudden like it really sets it up good where you're like, I cannot wait. Fuck these guys up, I've taken down I forget the gang they put in charge of your area after everything went down. I forget they were called, but I took them out, and now I've given it to the woman from earlier. So she's doing that. There's some side stuff you can do. You can find like parts and stuff in the world, and then you could like kind of wiretap things and then find secrets. There's like Playboy magazines, vinyl records, just collectibles. Driving for me has been a little bit clunky. It's a little, not clunky, but almost like kind of slow. It feels very weighty. It's not a problem. You can use boats and stuff because there's a lot of marsh and stuff. The one end of the first part, like the first gang or whoever, like the first kind of head of that area or whatever, takes place in a kind of submerged theme park, which is pretty much supposed to be, even though it wasn't there obviously yet. It's supposed to be like that great adventure that went under, I'm pretty sure, during Katrina. It has that same feel. It's abandoned theme park, but there's water everywhere and stuff. That was actually a cool shootout. There's a cool part in the end where you're in like the haunted house part, and it's kind of cool. It's got a good atmosphere. But it's a pretty good looking game. Like I said, soundtrack's good. The voice acting is really good in this. And now you're getting help from other people, and then you take over each area. You got to take out like kill enforcers. You can interrogate guys as well. You don't have to kill everybody because you can like bring them to your side if you don't kill them. And then it knocks the money down. And then when it gets to a certain point, the main guy will come out or whatever, and you can go after him. But it's cool. I've been enjoying it so far. Maybe I'm like 5-6 hours in. But I need to get back to this because now this is the Game Pass game. That's the game I'm trying to finish up, and I've been enjoying this game quite a bit. It's A Plague's Tale: Innocence. This is a game I wanted to get for Christmas, but I ended up getting Valkyria Chronicles 4 instead. That and Odyssey. And then it came to Game Pass. I'm like, oh, sweet. Kind of glad I didn't get it because it ended up on Game Pass like not even a month later. I mean, I started playing it, I think, the beginning of this month. And, yeah, maybe it was like 6 days ago. A lot of people like this game. I'm hearing about it. It's cool. I really enjoy this. I want to do a review on this game. I don't know how many chapters there are. I think I'm in chapter 13 or 14 right now. It starts off where it takes place in the 1300s. And you're hanging out with your family, and all of a sudden your dog gets killed. There's going to be spoilers here. And then the Inquisition comes because it's a plague. Rats are everywhere. Just like it was there. People are getting sick and stuff, so you use Amicia. It's Amicia, the sister. Hugo gets these headaches, and she didn't really talk to Hugo or her mom too much because they were doing their own thing. The mom's trying to help her brother. Her brother gets these bad headaches. Inquisition comes. They're killing all your workers. Your dad gets killed, and you have to escape. So you play as Amicia. I don't know how old she is. She's maybe like 14 or something, 15. I think Hugo's maybe 8 or something like that. But she grabs him. Mom helps him out. Stuff happens. Ends up just being Amicia and Hugo. So you got to avoid. It's one of those games where you got to avoid people, right? So you got Inquisition soldiers. You can distract them. You throw like a rock. You have a slingshot too, by the way. You throw rocks at conveniently placed like things of armor and stuff. But you got to get around them. They get distracted. You got to get around them. You meet this guy, Kid Lucas. There's like all kids pretty much, except like the Grand Inquisitor. You know, whatever. Like, you interact mostly with kids. And you're obviously just playing as the sister. I'm at a point, once again, more spoilers. I'm at a point now where I'm playing as Hugo. So you're trying to find this guy Laurentius, who's the doctor for the kid. You find him. He ends up dying. That's where you meet Lucas. So there's 2 different kind of parts in this game. You're either avoiding soldiers. You can eventually kill them with the slingshot. There's a fight earlier on where you gotta knock the armor off the guy, then you hit him in the head with the rock, and it's very impactful too. You kind of almost feel it when you do this. You gotta do that. You gotta it's that, and then rats are the other part where you gotta avoid the rats. Now they hate the light or fire, and you can make different fire stuff. You can upgrade your pouch. You find all types of materials in the world. Excuse me. So you can update your pouch, your sling, and some of your things you can make. You can make a stuff. I forget the names of them. Erodius is one. I think you can throw it. The rats get attracted to it. You have one that can blow up the rats. You have one that puts out lanterns. You have one that well, now Hugo can control the rats because he has something wrong with him. That's where I said it gets kind of like more paranormal and stuff, otherworldly. He has this thing, the macula, I think it's called, in him, and you know he's reaching the first threshold. Things are going to happen, and the Grand Inquisitor has it too, and he wants to get Hugo. You meet Melly and Arthur, who help you out in another point. It's cool gameplay. You can find collectibles in this as well. There's flowers, gifts from orphans, and just curiosities. And the game looks really good. It gets that time period down great. It looks fantastic. It's someone creepy. You're going through, like, you gotta go through a battlefield. Once there's bodies everywhere. There's like dead cows at one point. You gotta do some nasty stuff. Like you gotta feed a pig to the rats once to avoid them, because you gotta do stuff like that too. You get these light things you can move that will like kind of set up paths you go through. You can push the rats to the side and stuff. It's a really cool game. I enjoy it a lot. I know I'm almost done with it, and it hasn't lost any steam for me yet, which is good. And it's a pretty decent variety for a game of this. Now I know this game's probably not, and maybe it's like 8 to 10 hours, but maybe a little longer. But it's really cool. I enjoy it. I keep wanting to go back and play in it. The checkpoints are broken up pretty good, so you can do a little bit and stop if you want. I definitely want to do a review on it because it's really good. The voice acting in this is really good as well. Like I said, you can distract them, and eventually you can kill them. You can actually, some of them carry lanterns, and when the rats get involved, you can break their lantern, and the rats swarm them. And she feels bad about doing it, and eventually she doesn't. She's like, you know, you deserve it and stuff. There's a point where you can. I didn't end up killing them. There'll be an achievement for it. There's a few injured soldiers that are kind of screwed anyway. There's another one you could save actually early on who's stuck. But of course, like the Grand Inquisitor, they're up to different things, and so they say they're going to end the plague and stuff, but it kind of seems like they're not. Or he isn't. I don't think anybody else knows that, maybe except him, but It's really cool. Hugo you can get him to crawl under little things, and he'll have to grab something for you, like a torch or something. This game has a lot of rats. This game is the most rats ever, I would guess. There are like hundreds on screen at once. It's really cool. It looks good. And gameplay's pretty fun, It's a different kind of game, too, A little bit of a breath of fresh air for some of the stuff. That's why kind of Mafia 3 was a little hard for me to get into at first. I wasn't digging it at first because I was still just coming off of Odyssey, so Odyssey was really awesome. Obviously, this is a different open world game, but it's an open world game. Kind of glad Mafia 3 doesn't have a ton of stuff to do. It's a little more tight in that regard, which is good. So I'll go back to that probably. Or I might try Yakuza 0 for a bit before I Game Pass. Maybe alternate between these two. But yeah, that's what I've been playing so far. Really enjoying what I've been playing. Mafia 3 is cool. Really like Plague Tale: Innocence. Trine's good. The Trine games are pretty cool. Obviously Jeopardy is what it is. But yeah, probably see a review of that up maybe next week. Plague Tale. Yeah, thanks everybody for checking this out, and have a good day.